Egypt. The name itself whispers of mystery. It speaks of ancient sands and forgotten secrets. For thousands of years, this land has captured the minds of people everywhere. Explorers, scholars, and dreamers are all drawn to its powerful story. The magic of Egypt is strong, it pulls you in, it makes you want to know more about its incredible past. I have spent my life walking these sands, and the thrill of discovery never fades. Egypt always has more secrets to share with us. The giant pyramids stand tall against the sky. They are symbols of a great civilization. The powerful pharaohs once ruled this land as gods on earth. Their stories are written in beautiful hieroglyphs. These picture writings decorate tombs and temples. They tell us about life, death, and the gods. When you see these things, you feel a connection to the past. It is like stepping back in time. This sense of wonder is why Egypt's allure never dies. It is a land of endless fascination and adventure for everyone. I have felt the sun beat down on my face in the Valley of the Kings. I have crawled through narrow passages in search of lost tombs. There is a special feeling when you are close to uncovering a secret. It is a feeling that connects me to the ancient Egyptians themselves. They built these amazing monuments. They created this incredible culture. Every stone, every carving has a story to tell. We are still learning so much from them. The sands of Egypt are like a history book waiting to be read. In this journey together, we will explore the wonders of Egypt. We will travel back thousands of years, we will meet the pharaohs, we will understand the importance of the Great Nile River, we will uncover the secrets of the pyramids, we will see how Egypt's culture touched the world. Join me as we unveil the mysteries of this magnificent land. Let us discover why Egypt continues to hold such a special place in our hearts and imaginations. Prepare to be amazed by its enduring magic. The Nile River is the true heart of Egypt. Without this mighty river, ancient Egypt could not have existed. The Greek historian Herodotus called Egypt the gift of the Nile. He was very wise to say this. The river brought life to a desert land. It was the source of all good things for the ancient Egyptians. They understood its power and respected it deeply. The entire civilization grew along its fertile banks. It was a sacred river, a true blessing from the gods. Every year the Nile would flood its banks. This was not a disaster, it was a miracle. The floodwaters carried rich black silt from the mountains far to the south. When the waters went down, this fertile soil was left behind. It made the land perfect for growing crops. Farmers could grow wheat, barley, and flax. This food fed the people and made Egypt strong. The dependable flood allowed a great society to flourish where otherwise there was only barren desert. The rhythm of the flood shaped their lives and their calendar. The Nile was also Egypt's main highway. It was the easiest way to travel and transport goods. Boats sailed up and down the river constantly. They carried stone for building pyramids and temples. They transported soldiers, traders, and important officials. The river connected Upper Egypt in the south with Lower Egypt in the north. This helped to unite the kingdom. Without the Nile, communication and control over such a long land would have been very difficult. It was the thread that tied the country together. The ancient Egyptians saw the divine in the Nile. They worshipped Hapi, the god of the inundation, the annual flood. He was seen as a bringer of abundance and life. Many rituals and festivals were held to honor the river. Its waters were used for purification and religious ceremonies. The Nile was central not only to their physical survival but also to their spiritual beliefs. It was woven into every part of their existence, a constant presence in their world, shaping their art, their myths, and their understanding of the cosmos. The pharaohs were the mighty rulers of ancient Egypt. They were more than just kings. They were seen as gods on earth. The people believed the pharaoh was the son of Ra, the sun god. He had immense power and great responsibility. His most important job was to maintain Ma'at. Ma'at means order, truth, and justice in the universe. If the pharaoh ruled well, Egypt would be prosperous and peaceful. The pharaoh was the link between the gods and the people, a sacred figure of immense importance. The ancient Egyptians believed deeply in life after death. They thought the afterlife was a continuation of life on earth, but even better. To reach this afterlife, the body had to be preserved. This is why they made mummies. The pyramids were built as giant tombs for the pharaohs. These were houses for eternity. They were filled with everything the pharaoh would need in the next world. This included food, furniture, clothing, and treasures. The pyramids were designed to protect the pharaoh's body and spirit forever. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the most famous pyramid of all. It was built for Pharaoh Khufu around 4,500 years ago. It is a true wonder of the ancient world. Building it was an enormous task. Tens of thousands of workers were needed. They cut huge stone blocks and moved them into place. This required amazing skill and organization. It shows the power of the pharaoh and the unity of the Egyptian people. For centuries it was the tallest man-made structure on Earth, a testament to their ambition and engineering genius. The first pyramid was the Step Pyramid of Djoser at Saqqara. It was designed by the brilliant architect Imhotep. Later pyramids like those at Giza had smooth sides. These represented the rays of the sun god Ra, helping the pharaoh ascend to the heavens. After the Old Kingdom, pharaohs began to be buried in hidden tombs. These were cut into the cliffs of the Valley of the Kings near Thebes. This was an attempt to protect their mummies and treasures from tomb robbers, ensuring their safe passage to the afterlife. The Valley of the Kings is a special place. It lies on the west bank of the Nile, near modern Luxor. For nearly 500 years, many pharaohs of the New Kingdom were buried here. Their tombs were cut deep into the rock. The ancient Egyptians hoped these hidden tombs would be safe from robbers. Many great rulers like Ramesses II and Thutmose III have their eternal resting places here. The search for undiscovered tombs in this valley has always been a dream for archaeologists like myself. It is a place filled with history and secrets. One of the most famous searches was led by Howard Carter. He was a British archaeologist. His patron was Lord Carnarvon. They searched for many years for a lost tomb. They believed the tomb of a young pharaoh named Tutankhamun might still be hidden. Many people thought there was nothing left to find. But Carter did not give up. He worked tirelessly, season after season. The desert heat was intense and the work was hard. But his determination was strong, driven by the hope of a great discovery. In November 1922, their hard work paid off. Carter's team found a step cut into the rock. It led to a sealed doorway. Carter made a small hole in the door. He held up a candle and looked inside. Lord Carnarvon asked, "Can you see anything?" Carter replied with the famous words, "Yes, wonderful things." The tomb was filled with amazing treasures, golden chariots, statues, jewelry, and furniture. It was an incredible moment in the history of archaeology. The world was stunned by the richness of the discovery. Pharaoh Tutankhamun was not a very important king in his time. He became pharaoh when he was just a boy. He died when he was only about 19 years old. But his tomb is so famous because it was found almost completely intact. Most other royal tombs had been robbed in ancient times. Tutankhamun's tomb gave us a unique look at the wealth and rituals of a pharaoh's burial. The golden mask of Tutankhamun is now one of the most famous symbols of ancient Egypt. It shows the incredible skill of Egyptian artists. Section 5. Art and Ideas, How Egypt Shaped the Ancient World. Egyptian art is very distinctive and beautiful. It has a unique style that you can recognize immediately. Artists created amazing statues, colorful wall paintings, and detailed reliefs. These artworks were not just for decoration, they had important religious and magical purposes. They often showed gods, pharaohs, and scenes of daily life. The art followed strict rules or conventions. For example, figures were often shown in profile with a frontal eye. This style remained remarkably consistent for thousands of years, reflecting the stability and order of Egyptian society. Egypt's influence spread far beyond its borders. Neighboring cultures were impressed by Egyptian achievements. The Nubians to the south adopted many Egyptian gods and burial customs. They even built their own pyramids. In the Levant, areas like Syria and Palestine, Egyptian pottery and art styles were copied. Ideas about kingship and religion also traveled. The Aegean civilizations like the Minoans and Mycenaeans in Greece traded with Egypt. They borrowed artistic motifs and perhaps even architectural ideas. Egypt was a cultural powerhouse in the ancient world. The Egyptians were great innovators in many fields. They invented papyrus, a type of paper made from reeds. This was much easier to write on than clay tablets. It helped them keep records and share knowledge. They developed a system of mathematics to design their buildings and measure land. Their doctors were skilled. They knew how to treat injuries and some diseases. They also studied the stars to create a calendar. Many of these ideas and inventions were adopted or adapted by other ancient peoples, contributing to the growth of knowledge across the region. Even early Greek art and architecture show some signs of Egyptian influence. The first large Greek stone statues, called kouroi, look similar to Egyptian statues in their pose. The massive scale of Egyptian temples and pyramids may have inspired early Greek builders. The Greeks admired Egyptian wisdom and antiquity. Thinkers like Herodotus and Plato traveled to Egypt or wrote about its wonders. The legacy of Egyptian creativity in art, architecture, and thought provided a foundation upon which later civilizations, including the Greeks and Romans, would build their own unique cultures. Section 6. A Journey Through Millennia, From Dynasties to Foreign Rule. Ancient Egyptian history is very long. We divide it into main periods. The Old Kingdom was the age of pyramid builders. Pharaohs like Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure built the Great Pyramids at Giza. Then came the Middle Kingdom. This was a time of strong rulers who expanded Egypt's trade and influence. Art and literature flourished. The New Kingdom was the Golden Age of Egypt. Powerful pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, and Ramesses the Great ruled. They built magnificent temples like Karnak and Luxor, and expanded the empire. Between these great kingdoms were times called intermediate periods. These were often periods of trouble. The central government might be weak. Sometimes the country was divided or foreigners ruled parts of Egypt. For example, the Hyksos people from Asia ruled northern Egypt during the Second Intermediate Period. But Egypt was always resilient. It always found a way to recover its strength and unity. These challenges often led to new developments and changes in society. The ability of Egypt to endure and regenerate is one of its most remarkable features. The late period saw Egypt facing more and more challenges from outside. Powerful empires like Assyria and Persia conquered Egypt, but Egyptian culture remained strong. The people held on to their traditions and beliefs. Then, in 332 BC, a new conqueror arrived. This was Alexander the Great from Macedonia. He defeated the Persians and was welcomed in Egypt as a liberator. He founded the city of Alexandria, which became a great center of learning. Alexander's conquest marked the end of native Egyptian pharaonic rule. After Alexander died, one of his generals, Ptolemy, took control of Egypt. He started a new dynasty of rulers, the Ptolemies. They were Greek, but they ruled as pharaohs. They respected Egyptian traditions and built many temples in the Egyptian style. The most famous Ptolemaic ruler was Cleopatra VII. She was a clever and powerful queen, but she lived at a time when Rome was becoming the dominant power. After her death in 30 BC, Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. This was another major turning point in its long history. Section 7. New Faiths, New Empires, Egypt, after the Pharaohs. After becoming part of the Roman Empire, Egypt remained very important. It was a rich land, the breadbasket that supplied Rome with grain. Alexandria continued to be a great city, a center for trade, learning, and culture. During Roman rule, a new religion began to spread, Christianity. It took root deeply in Egypt. Many Egyptians embraced this new faith. The Coptic Church developed with its own unique traditions and language. Egypt became one of the earliest and most important centers of Christian thought and monasticism, with desert fathers seeking spiritual enlightenment. In the 7th century AD, another great change came to Egypt. Arab armies, inspired by the new religion of Islam, conquered the country. This was a profound transformation. The Arabic language gradually replaced Coptic and Greek as the main language. Islam became the dominant religion, though Christianity continued to be practiced. Egypt became a vital part of the growing Islamic world. The new rulers established their capital, Fustat, which later grew into Cairo. This period marked a new chapter in Egypt's identity, blending its ancient heritage with new cultural influences. Egypt flourished under various Islamic dynasties. Cairo, founded by the Fatimids in the 10th century, became one of the most magnificent cities in the world. It was a center of power, scholarship, and art. The famous Al-Azhar University was established during this time. It is one of the oldest universities in the world, and remains an important center of Islamic learning today. Dynasties like the Ayyubids, founded by Saladin, and later the Mamluks, who were originally slave soldiers, ruled Egypt. They were great patrons of art and architecture. The Mamluks, in particular, left a stunning architectural legacy. They built beautiful mosques, madrasas, schools, mausoleums, and fortifications throughout Cairo. Their style was elegant and intricate. They successfully defended Egypt against Mongol invasions. They also controlled the lucrative trade routes between East and West. This period, often called Egypt's Islamic Golden Age, saw remarkable achievements in science, medicine, and the arts. The culture of Egypt was enriched by these contributions, creating a vibrant society that blended many traditions. the spirit of innovation and grandeur, so familiar from ancient times, continued. Section 8. Awakening a Nation. Egypt steps into modern times. For several centuries from 1517, Egypt was part of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans were based in Turkey. While Egypt was a province, it retained much of its unique character and importance. Local Mamluk beys often held considerable power under Ottoman governors. This period saw stability, but also a gradual decline in some areas compared to earlier Golden Ages. However, Egypt's strategic location and rich agricultural lands meant it was always a prized possession. The connection to the wider Ottoman world also brought new cultural exchanges and influences. In the early 19th century, a powerful figure named Muhammad Ali Pasha rose to prominence. He is often called the founder of modern Egypt. He was an Ottoman commander sent to drive out French forces under Napoleon Bonaparte, who had briefly occupied Egypt. Muhammad Ali established his own dynasty. He started ambitious reforms to modernize the country. He built a strong army, developed industries, improved agriculture with new crops like cotton, and established modern schools. His vision transformed Egypt and set it on a new path, though it remained nominally under Ottoman suzerainty. Later in the 19th century, European influence grew stronger. The Suez Canal, connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea, was opened in 1869. It was a marvel of engineering but also increased foreign interest and debt. This eventually led to British occupation in 1882. Although Egypt was still officially part of the Ottoman Empire, and later a protectorate, the British held real power. This period saw the rise of Egyptian nationalism. People began to demand independence and self-rule. Leaders emerged who fought for Egypt's freedom from foreign control. The struggle for full independence was long. After World War I, nationalist movements gained strength. Finally, in 1952, a revolution led by army officers overthrew the monarchy established by Muhammad Ali. Egypt became a republic. Gamal Abdel Nasser became a key leader. He played a major role in Egypt, the Arab world, and the non-aligned movement during the Cold War. Egypt faced many challenges in this modern era, including wars, economic development, and population growth. Yet, it continued to be a pivotal nation in the Middle East, deeply proud of its ancient heritage and its modern achievements. Section 9. The Enduring Sands. Egypt's Legacy in Our World. Egypt's story is truly incredible. It stretches back over 5,000 years. We have seen mighty pharaohs build towering pyramids. We have witnessed the rise and fall of empires. We have seen new faiths and cultures shape this ancient land. From the earliest farming villages along the Nile to the bustling modern nation of today, Egypt has a history unlike any other. Its deep roots have nourished a civilization that continues to fascinate and inspire people all over the globe. The sands of time have revealed so many wonders. The gifts of ancient Egypt to the world are immense. Their systems of writing, mathematics, and medicine laid foundations for later knowledge. Their art and architecture have been admired and copied for centuries. Think of the obelisks now standing in cities like Rome, Paris, London, and New York. They are direct links to ancient Egypt. Concepts of divine kingship, justice, and the afterlife influenced other cultures. Even our 365-day calendar has its origins in the ancient Egyptian understanding of the solar year. Their ingenuity was truly remarkable. Today, Egypt is a vibrant country. It is a place where ancient wonders stand alongside modern cities. Its cultural heritage is a source of great national pride. It also draws millions of visitors each year. These visitors come to see the pyramids, the temples, and the treasures in museums like the one in Tahrir Square, and now the Grand Egyptian Museum. As an archaeologist, I can tell you that the work of discovery is never finished. We are always finding new tombs, new artifacts, and new information that helps us understand the past even better. The magic of Egypt is timeless. Its allure is as strong today as it was for the ancient Greeks and Romans. It speaks to our human desire to connect with something ancient, something grand, something mysterious. The legacy of the pharaohs, the wisdom of their scribes, the skill of their artists, all these things live on. Egypt's story is a story of resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of the human spirit. It is a gift to the world, a treasure that we must protect and cherish. The secrets from the sand continue to call to us.